Alibaba is a world-class marketplace that offers a wide range of products to buyers worldwide. They boast of having a million sellers and countless products. In this video, I will share with you a comprehensive guide on how to buy and import quality products from Alibaba in China to Nigeria. This video will cover topics such as basic knowledge of what Alibaba is and how it works, creating an Alibaba account here in Nigeria, setting up your Alibaba account, searching and finding quality products on Alibaba from Nigeria, finding the right suppliers to buy from, communicating with a supplier, placing order and making payments, what to do when your goods arrive Nigeria, and what you can do when there is a problem with your order. And finally, some helpful tips to shopping successfully on Alibaba from Nigeria. So feel free to use the timestamp in navigating through this video. If you're new here, my name is Michael and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this channel, I do create videos on digital marketing, content creation, and self-development. If you do like content like this, do make sure to subscribe to this channel, have that post notification bell turned on, and without further ado, let's get started. In the first chapter of this video, you'll get to know a little more about the Alibaba company. So like I said earlier, feel free to use the timestamp to navigate through this video to the section of your interest. Alibaba is part of the product that is offered by the Alibaba Group in China. Other products include Taobao, Tmall, Alipay, and AliExpress. Alibaba.com, which is one of the first products, was created to provide services to non-Chinese people who are looking to find suppliers from China. This includes large importation business, dropshippers, and mini importers. Alibaba has very close similarity to Bing, Yahoo, and Google search engine. The major difference between these companies is, while all others are more of a search engine for finding answers to queries, Alibaba is a search engine for finding suppliers in China and the products that they offer. The Alibaba platform works as a business-to-business marketplace for similar websites including Amazon, Made in China, Global Source, and more. There are different types of suppliers you can find on Alibaba, such as manufacturers, retailers, and small business owners. You can find suppliers for all kinds of products on Alibaba just by uploading a photo of the product, describing the product, or typing in the company name or description. Even so, the buying process is not as straightforward as it is on Jumia, Konga, AliExpress, etc. There is a reason for this, and you might wonder why. The reason for this is that Alibaba is an international trade system where you can contact factories, manufacturers, traders, and sourcing companies directly. It is also common for you to expect to purchase large quantities of products on this platform that are not available on other platforms when shopping on it. This brings up the issue of MOQs, the minimum order quantities you must be willing to purchase from a particular supplier before the product can be shipped. In spite of the fact that there are suppliers with low MOQs of 1, it would be best if you were shopping from AliExpress, which is part of the Alibaba Group. Alibaba offers you the opportunity to customize products and packages with your own brand at a reasonable cost. It is for this reason most dropshipping companies around the world, including in the United States, use Alibaba to sell products to their customers. In case you're looking for popular products that aren't Chinese companies, Alibaba is not the best place for you to shop. A good example of this would be iPhones and Boss, which are better sourced from the United States than from China. This doesn't mean you can't find suppliers for such products on Alibaba, but buying Chinese products from Alibaba is the best option. You can also find used and refurbished items on Alibaba if you are looking to save cost of buying a new item. This brings us to the next chapter of the video, how to create an Alibaba account in Nigeria. Creating an account on Alibaba is free and is the first step in starting your shopping experience with this e-commerce platform. Alibaba has made the process of creating or signing up for an account easy and simple. You can access Alibaba on your tablet, mobile device, or computer, whichever device you use. The mobile application is available for both Apple and Android users. So you can check your mobile app store, whether the iOS store or Google Play Store, to download the Alibaba application. You can also access Alibaba with your mobile or computer browser. Whichever way you choose to use will provide you with the same experience. In this section of the video, I'm going to show you how to create an Alibaba account using the web interface, and this is very simple. All you just need to do is to go to Google and search for Alibaba. Now you're going to be presented with tons of links. The first, which is definitely going to be an advertisement by Alibaba, and then the second, which is going to be their official website. So which of the link you use, it doesn't really matter. It takes you directly to alibaba.com when you click on the link, and then once you're on the web page, it's going to provide you two different ways in which you can sign up. You can sign up using the sign-in function. I'm going to explain how you can do that, and you can also join for free. For the first method we're going to be using, I'm going to show you how you can join for free. So simply click on join for free, and then once you click on join for free, this will automatically load a registration page. And on the registration page, if you're using Google Chrome or any browser that automatically translates any writing on the page to English, you're going to have an English page. So in this section where it says country, you want to make sure that you are selected as Nigeria. So please select trade type. So because you cannot sell from Nigeria, you're only going to be able to access the buyer account. And then in this section where it says email, simply enter your email address. And then in this section where it says password, input a password. You can also use Google password to help you generate a password that you can use for Alibaba, but you can also select a password that is desirable for yourself. In this section where it says confirm password, you want to input the password you put in this section in this same place again. And then in the company name section, this is where it gets very tricky and people get really confused that they have to actually have a company before they can open an Alibaba account. In this scenario, you can use your website as a company name. You can use your Instagram handle if you run a business on Instagram, or even your name as your company name. So don't really stress yourself too much thinking about a particular company name you want to, because at the end of the day, you are just buying and it's going to be delivered to you. So in this section where it says full names, so please enter your first name. You want to provide your first name in this section, and here you want to provide your last name. In this section where it says tell, you want to make sure that this is 234, which is your country code, and then the area code. I'm going to show you how you can get your area code. So to get your area code, what you want to do is simply go to Google and type in your area, and after you finish typing your area, put the word zip code after it and search for it. Now you're going to be presented with tons of different websites. Simply click on any of the link, and within this link you're going to get postal codes that are closest nearest to you. For example, I did put in Lokoja zip code. So for here we do have the Lokoja rural, we do have Oworo, we do have the Kakanda, the Kupan. So simply select the zip code that is nearest and close to you, and once you copy this zip code, you can paste it in this section where it says your mobile number. What you want to do in this section is you want to input your mobile number, since you are using the country code function without the first zero. For example, 811 instead of 0811. And then once you're done, come to this section where it says verification, click on this, slide and drag on this, and then come down here and click on this box. After you've done that, come to this section where it says agree and register. Now once you do this, automatically you're going to be sent a code to your email address, and the code is going to come in the form of 6 digits, and this is going to load a new page, and in that page you're going to be requested to input this code. After inputting the code, click on submit, and you have successfully registered on Alibaba. The next way to sign up is the easiest way to sign up. So this works with using the sign in function. Once you click on the sign in, you're going to have access to use the smart sign up function that is offered by Alibaba. So here you can sign in with Facebook, Google and LinkedIn. So this email account currently do not have an Alibaba account registered to this. Once you have signed in on Facebook, Google or LinkedIn on your browser, you can decide whichever you want to. So I'm going to use the Google account to sign up, and once you click this, it's going to take you to a page. If you do have more emails that are logged in into this account, you're going to be asked to select which of the email you want associated. But if you do have one email, it's automatically going to sign you up for an Alibaba account. And once this is done, you do not need to provide any extra information about the company name or your mobile number, because this is directly linked to your email address. So once you have successfully created an Alibaba account, the next step is to set your shipping information. One of the most important things to do after creating an Alibaba account is to set up your Alibaba account. And in this section of the video, I'm going to be explaining all you need to do to set up your Alibaba account. The first thing you need to do is to set your shipping address. And to set up your shipping address, I'm going to be using my Alibaba account to show you how you can set up your shipping information. So to do this, what you want to do is come to this section where it says ship to, and if you already do have an Alibaba address, you're going to see it in this section. So to add a new address to your Alibaba account, you can simply come down here where it says add an address and click on this. So once you click on this, This is going to load a page, and in this page they are going to list all of the addresses that are associated with your Alibaba account, and you'll be able to manage your address in this section. Here you'll be able to make edits to your default address, delete, and all other addresses that will be available. So here you can click on add an address if you want to add an address to your Alibaba account. Now, one of the cool features about using this website is that you can also use this for your dropshipping business, which means you can buy parcels directly from here in Nigeria and ship it to someone in another country, either for sales or as gift. In this section where it says country and region, you want to make sure that you specify the country you want the parcel to be delivered, and if you want it to be delivered to you in Nigeria, simply click on Nigeria, and you can always make changes to the address. So in this address line 1 here, you want to give a detailed information about your home address. So for example, number 1 Adekunle Adekraja Crescent, Aja, Lagos. Now that's a very good address. It gives a lot of detail about the home address, the street, as well as the local government area where the parcel can be delivered to. So this makes it easier for anybody who wants to deliver the parcel to you to find that particular location. And in other situation, if you do not want to use your home address to ship parcel to, you can also use the nearest landmark to you. And this is because in most situations where logistic companies want to deliver to you, they would either call you ahead of the time to know where they can deliver the parcel to you. So you either might be called to the office to pick up your parcel, or they can deliver to any locations that you want. So in this section where it says states and province, you want to type in your state, and the section for city, you want to type in your cities. So the zip code, I already showed you how you can get your zip code, but if you're watching this video by using the timestamp, you can simply go to Google, type in your location with a zip code or a postal code. In this section where it says contact name, this is the name of the person who the parcel should be addressed to, or who is receiving the parcel. So if you're doing drop shipping, you want to provide the name of the person that is receiving the parcel in this particular site. And if you're buying an item for yourself, then this should be your name. In this section where it says phone number, here you want to type in your country code, and if you're in Nigeria, your country code is +234 followed by your mobile number without the first 0, for example 811 instead of 0811. And once you're done, you can come to this section and hit submit. So once you have successfully set up your shipping address, you can go ahead and start making purchases on Alibaba. But there are also some other things you can do to help personalize and make your account more secure. So to do this, what you want to do is come to account section here and click on account. And once you click on account, it's going to load a new page, and on this page you'll be able to make changes to information which you have provided earlier on at the point of registering your account and more. So for here we do have personal information, account security, and finance account. In the personal information section, you'll be able to make changes to your profile, your member profile. You can upload a profile picture just like this, privacy setting, email preference, and tax information. Here you'll be able to view your tax information. So in the account security section, here you'll be able to change your email address, change passwords, set security questions if you want your account to always ask of a security question every single time you try to log in. And you can also manage verification phone number. Here, if you do provide a mobile number, the text message is going to be sent to that mobile number every single time you try to log in, making your account more secure. And here you'll be able to manage your connected accounts such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and more. And in the financial account, here you'll be able to find information about all the transactions you have carried out as shopping on Alibaba. So not necessarily that you have to fill all this information. After setting your shipping address, you can go ahead and start making purchases on Alibaba. But if you want to make any changes on anything to your account, this is where you'll be able to do that. The next step after setting up your Alibaba account is finding credible sellers to buy from. So when it comes to finding items on Alibaba, Alibaba has made the whole process even more simpler for you to easily find any product you are looking for or a supplier. And there are several and many ways in which you can search for product on Alibaba.com. One of the easiest way for you to search for product on Alibaba is to simply use the keyword search. And the keyword search, all you just need to do is come to this search bar section here and paste in the keyword of what you are looking for. So for example, I'm going to be searching for commodity mug, and once you're done, you can click on search. Now this method is mostly used when you do not have a specific design of a product and you want to browse through collections that are available on Alibaba, and in this section you're going to see that it's going to load in product with this particular keyword, which is more cups that are available for you to purchase from different suppliers and seller on Alibaba, and you can browse through the different products that are available on this page to make decision. Another way in which you can search for products on Alibaba.com is to use the image search. Now the image search is a more specific approach when it comes to searching for products on Alibaba. The way this works is that you have a particular image in which you are interested in searching for on Alibaba, and you can come to this section where it says search by image and click on this. Now once you click on this, it's automatically going to give you this drop down which says upload image, and the image is 5 megabytes maximum. And once you upload the image and you search for this particular image, it's going to find products that are identical and the same to that particular product. So this helps you eliminate having only one supplier for a particular product. Another way in which you can find products on Alibaba.com is to simply search by this category section here. Now this has all of the categories which are currently available that you can search for, and you'll be able to see different types of category which include industrial, machinery, vehicle parts and more, and there are tons of different categories that are available for you. And you can also browse within the main categories, which is vehicle parts and accessory, apparel, home and garden, packaging and printing, health and medical, consumer electronics, sports and entertainment. And once you come to this section here, you're going to have subcategories within that categories that you can browse for. So one other way in which you can browse for products on Alibaba is to use the product or manufacturer header. Now we are currently on product. If you are looking to buy products and if you want to get straight to manufacturers, you can come to this section and click on manufacturers. This is only going to list products that are directly produced by manufacturers, and if you come to this section here, you're going to see different categories that are available for different types of manufacturer. You can simply come to this section where it says more and click on this, and you'll be able to see all of the categories. So for example, if you're looking for beauty, you can simply come to beauty and click on beauty, and this is only going to list products that manufacturers are available for beauty products. Now once you have narrowed down your search to a particular category, you're only going to find manufacturers that list products within that category. So for example, here we do have the female hair in the beauty category. So once you click on this, it's going to take you to their store where you get to see information about the manufacturing company, and most time a video in this section here that is going to show you everything about the company and what they produce. The number of staffs and more information can be found in this section here. So one other way in which you can search for products on Alibaba is using the RFQ. Now this is another way in which you can find specific products, and the way this works is that you have to fill a form, and in the form section here it says that you should tell us what you are looking for. You have to give a detailed description in this section here, and then if you do have a PDF document that explains everything about the product you are searching for, you can upload it in this section, and once you do that you can post a request. Now you want to keep this information as detailed as possible. This is because many suppliers on Alibaba have limited quotes in which they can reply to. They do have a maximum of 30 requests per month. Suppliers that manufacture this type of products that meet the specification you have given in the detail you have filled in this section here will reach out to you and send you message about what they have to offer you, giving you different products that meet that particular description. And once you fill this form and have this information sent, suppliers are going to start messaging you within 10 minutes to 30 minutes about the products that you are interested in buying. Now once a supplier sends you a message, you can come to this section here and you're going to find this manage my RQF. Once you click on this, the next page is going to show you different suppliers and what they have in comparison with what you are trying to source to buy from those manufacturing companies. So the RFQ is another way in which you can find suppliers on Alibaba. By now you should know all the ways in which you can find suppliers on Alibaba. The next step we're going to be talking about in this video is finding credible sellers that you can buy from on Alibaba from Nigeria. It's hard to know which seller is the best seller to buy from on Alibaba because there are so many suppliers available. Getting the right supplier takes an extra effort on your part. You can verify a seller on Alibaba by their membership, which there are of two types, the gold membership and then the verified membership. However, this does not guarantee that you are purchasing from the best seller. With the gold membership, a seller is subjected to a business verification, which includes the business license and ownership, their contact information, and their company and factory location. But with a verified membership, a seller is subjected to further verification, which includes an in-depth inspection by an independent third-party institution, from company overview, trading capability to after-sales service capability. Think of this like the blue tick verification you get on social media. You can find seller with their membership when you search on Alibaba. You can simply come to this section and click on the verified, and then you can also find their membership on their product page. So if you're on the product page and a seller offers a membership or has a membership, you see verified supplier in this section. And you can also find this information on their store shop. There are also sellers on Alibaba without membership, and you can find this on their product page, such as this seller has no membership on Alibaba. Another way to find a good seller on Alibaba is through Alibaba Trade Assurance, and you can find information about Alibaba Trade Assurance on this webpage, which I'm going to be leaving the link to all the resources mentioned in this video in the description. The Alibaba Trade Assurance offers you an extra protection on purchases made from a seller enrolled for it. In the event that either product quality or shipping date varies from what you and the supplier had agreed to in the trade assurance online order, Alibaba will investigate the dispute and reach to a satisfactory outcome, including getting your money back. Of which there are basically two requirements necessary from this. You need to buy from a seller that offers the trade assurance on their product, and you need to make payment on Alibaba. You can find sellers that offer trade assurance by performing a search. So on the search page, you'll be able to click on trade assurance, and once you click on trade assurance, this is automatically going to load a page, and in this page you'll be able to find sellers that offer trade assurance. So any purchases you make with this will be more secure. You can also know if a seller offers trade assurance on their page. You'll be able to get this information when you're on any product page where it says protection, you will see trade assurance. Another way you can find good seller on Alibaba is by finding how long a supplier has spent in their business. In this situation, it will be advised to buy from a seller that has been in business for more than 2 years, as they can serve in supplying you for a longer time frame. There are many suppliers on Alibaba, including suppliers looking to test new niche. If the business isn't moving as expected, they may have to close up their shop to test a new one. If you are looking for a supplier on Alibaba, you should find one that will serve you for a longer period of time. And you can also get this information on the product page as well as where you perform a search. In this section, you can see that this business has been in section for over 3 years, and you can also find this information here where this business has been in business for 3 years when performing your search online. In this section, you can also click on the verified supplier option here to get sellers that are verified and that offers you trade assurance if you want to get the best when buying from Alibaba. And finally, the last way you can check for a good seller on Alibaba is through their customer review section on their product page and store page. So for example, if you do go to a product page for a particular item, you can scroll down where it says buyer's review, and once you click on this is going to load the buyer's review about the particular product, the experience of people who has bought this product, including the shipping and then their experience with shopping with that particular seller. So here you can see that this seller has a 5-star, which is the best star you can get on Alibaba, and then has some review, which from one is in the United States of America, says great, Russia Federation, everything is well, and then Bahamas, satisfied. And in a situation where a seller doesn't have review on a product, you can go and check their store to get their store rating. So for example, the store rating of this particular shop is 4.9 out of 8. You can click on this, and once you click on this, is going to take you to their store. And on the store section, you're going to get the rating and review of people who had purchased several items from this seller. And this review section would include pictures of product that people has bought and giving a brief description about if it corresponds with the quality, their shopping experience, including the shipping experience that the seller offers. So this can help you in a long run when finding a good seller that can serve you in a long period of time, because this is one of the goals. It is not about finding you a seller that can supply you a product. It is about finding you a seller that can supply you quality product for a longer period of time. Now, once you found a product and you're ready to buy on Alibaba, there are a few things you need to know before you make your first purchase. That the prices you see on a product aren't the real price. Now, this is because there is also room to negotiate with sellers to help reduce the price. You can simply tell them that you're a dropshipper and you want them to give you a dropshipping discount. Another thing you need to know is that there are sellers that offer different types of requests on Alibaba. There is the one where you'd have to contact the seller to get information about the shipping quote and other information. And there are sellers sellers that offer you the opportunity to immediately start an order, to start making payments, because they've already calculated the shipping cost of your item and the amount you'd pay if you were to buy it immediately. So I do not usually recommend buying from these sellers because you need to also negotiate with your seller. On the product page, you find very useful information such as the name and description, the minimum order quantity, which is the lowest amount you must buy before a seller is willing to do business with you, the benefits if there is a coupon ongoing that you can claim and use to reduce the price you're going to pay, and then the color in this section, which are the variation of the products that are available. Here you'll be able to see the customization that are offered by the sellers, such as the customized logo and customized packing. You can click on more to get more information about things you can customize, and here you would have a minimum order of 500 pieces before the seller is going to customize it for you. Below this, you get the protection, which includes the trade assurance that covers on-time dispatch guarantee and then refund policy. And below this, you find the product description, and you can also check the company profile in this section. Now, once you found a product that does not have the start order option, the next thing you need to do is to reach out to the seller, and you can reach out to the seller by simply coming to this section where it says contact seller. So once you do that, it's going to open this send inquiry form. In this section, what you need to do is write questions that you want the sellers to answer, like the cost of the product, they should share you their catalog, the amount it will cost them to ship it to a particular location, and if they support customization. You can also come to this section where you have template of questions that you can use, like what is the best price you can offer, what is the shipping cost, and do you support customization. You can also use this to help you send messages to sellers, and you can also contact them by coming to this section here to click on the message bar here. So once you click this, it's going to open the page, and it's also going to load the seller. There's also the chat option here. This would be a good time to ask the seller any question about order customization. For example, you can specify the quantity of the product in this section here that you're interested in buying to get a shipping quote, and you can also ask the seller any question about designing, putting a logo on the product, or picking a particular color over another color, or having the seller mix different colors. If you want to be in contact with the seller all the time, I recommend that you ask them for their WeChat handle, or you can also ask them for WhatsApp or whichever social media you feel comfortable with chatting with them. But in situations where you might have dispute, it's better to also have the conversation on Alibaba by chatting with the sellers here, so that when Alibaba investigates a particular dispute, they'll be able to give a fair judgment. So those are the ways in which you can reach out to a seller. Now, once you've reached out to this seller, they're going to send you a message providing all the answers that you want. In this section, you can also click on message, and you can also use the message tab here to chat with sellers, and you can ask them any question you want to ask that you do not understand. So after you have sent them message, the next step is for them to send you a payment link or an order request. Now you get the order request in your Alibaba orders. You'll be able to see orders that are currently going on and orders that have expired, and they can also send you a payment link. So once you have the payment link, you can also proceed to making payments directly on Alibaba. So this brings us to the next chapter of this video, which is how to make payments on Alibaba. Once you and a seller has agreed on a particular purchase on Alibaba, the next thing you need to do is to make payment, and there are several ways in which you can make payment. You can go directly and start order, and this will take you to the payment page, and on this page you're going to be presented with an invoice. In this section here, you see the shipping address, the product you're trying to buy, the quantity, and then the price, and then below this you're going to get the shipping information. And if you click here, you can see that this particular seller offers two types of shipping for this product: FedEx IP Premium and then the HK Up Saver Premium. Now this isn't only the shipping method that the seller is going to have in stock for you, and that is why you need to communicate with your seller. Ask them questions about the shipping cost and how you can get a cheaper shipping option to ship it down to Nigeria for you. And there are several companies that also handle the shipping process, which I'm going to be showing you some of them later on in this video. The reason why most sellers use this expensive shipping method is because Alibaba withholds the seller's money after you have made a purchase for a period of time to make sure that you who bought the product are satisfied with your order before releasing the money to them. So the seller wants a faster way to get it across to you so that you can confirm their order as soon as possible. So if you scroll down here, you're going to get an invoice that the shipping fee of this particular product using this FedEx is going to be 66.58, and then if you click on the other one, which is more expensive, you do get a higher price, which is 82.31, and the product you're just buying is 0.61. amount. So you can see how ridiculous the shipping cost is. Below this, you're going to be presented with the payment method in which you can use. Now you can pay with card and you can pay using other method. In the card section, all you just need to do is provide your card details here and proceed to pay now. And then you can also use other method. When you click on this, you're going to have different options in which you can make payments, such as PayPal, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and online transfers of all kinds. You can proceed to make payments immediately. On Alibaba, there are different ways in which you can start an order. First, you can proceed directly from the product page, or you can also come to your order section to manage payment. So come to this section where it says make payment. If a seller sends you an invoice on Alibaba, so simply come here and click on make payment, and then it's going to take you to the payment gateway. And on this payment gateway, I'm going to explain several ways in which you can make payments in Nigeria. So you can first make payments with your card, and there are several cards that you can use. And in line with the regulation of the Central Bank of Nigeria to restrict your spending capacity for international transaction, you can't spend above $20 from your Naira MasterCard. Now, if your order doesn't amount to $20, you can use this method to pay. The advantage of using this is that you get the real exchange rate, which is 414, directly from your commercial bank. But if you choose any other way, which I'm going to mention in this video, you're going to be spending in the black market rate. So there are several cards that you can use to make payment online in Nigeria, and the first card I would advise that you can get is the Platinum MasterCard from the Providence Bank. Now this gives you a little more spending capacity if you want to spend above the $20 restriction rate, and you can get this information from this page, which I'm going to be leaving the links in the description. So if you get this card, you have an international transaction of up to $3,000 per month, and then you have higher international transaction up to $100,000 per annum. So this is one card you can use. This card saves you the stress of going to convert your Naira to dollars to be able to fund your domiciliary card, and then allows that the money in your bank account is converted to USD when making payments. The only downside to using this as a payment is that you're only going to be getting the black market rate, which is, as we're making this video, 880 Naira. The next way in which you can make payments on Alibaba is to get a virtual card. Now, virtual card are the non-physical type of card that provides you with all the information on the card that you can use to make payments, such as your name, your security code, expiry date, and more information. So you can use your cheapest card to make purchases anywhere around the world that Visa cards are available, and Alibaba does allow using Visa cards and virtual cards to make payments on their platform. Now, if you come to this website, you're going to see the transaction limit you get when using the cheapest virtual cards. You have a maximum daily spend limit of $1,000, maximum monthly spend limit of $5,000. You can also go to your local bank to apply for a domiciliary card. This is one of the most helpful and easiest way for you to increase your spending limit and make international transactions. The only downside to using this method is that you'd have to go to Bureau de Change, convert your Naira to dollars before you can make payments into your bank account. You have a domiciliary account with a domiciliary card that you can use to make payments, so you can contact any of your bank to get this card directly from them. With using this card, you're going to be making payments in the black market rate. The next way in which you can make payments on Alibaba from Nigeria is to use PayPal. If you do not have a PayPal account that sends and receives funds, you can simply get a PayPal merchant that will help you make payment. You can check the link in the description to someone who are used to make payments. So with this, you're just going to give them your login information. They log in into your account and they check out with PayPal payment on your behalf. Now, the only downside to this is that they are going to convert Naira to dollars at the black market exchange rate. Each of the methods mentioned in this section of the video is if you do want your money back when buying from a seller from using the Alibaba trade assurance, because if there's a problem eventually later on in your purchase, you won't be able to get a trade assurance or have Alibaba take your side if payments were made off the platform. So you can use services such as Chrisvic More to help you make payments and also handle your shipping to Nigeria. So if you contacted a seller and the shipping method that they have provided is quite expensive for you, you can also use this platform. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description of a video that shows you how I use this service to make payments on Alibaba, ship parcel down to Nigeria. Now you can also use Tugros, which allows you to do the same thing as Chrisvic More, handle the shipping, making payments and everything from China to Nigeria. Also, there might be some skepticism on Alibaba when making payments using Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal and more. So but you can use this method to pay by just using and contacting through the payment merchant. And here's one of the orders we have been able to make payment payments using Apple Pay, and this is another one where I've been able to use a virtual card to make payments, and finally this is one where I have been able to use PayPal to make payments. Another effective but stressing way to make payments on Alibaba is through the use of your Naira MasterCard. Now this can be a little more stressful because you'd have to ask a seller to break down orders into small bits so you can make payments, and this involves using several cards to make payments. So if you want to make a payment that is as little as $100, you can ask a seller to break it into $18, and you can use different Naira MasterCard to make payment. The benefit of using this is that you're going to get access to using the official commercial bank rate, which is at 414 Naira, and there will be no need for you to exchange at the 880 Naira, which is at the black market rate. In the next section of the video, I'm going to share with you what you should do when your parcel arrives. After you have made payments, the seller will send your parcel using the shipping options you both have agreed on. You'll be given a tracking code that you can use to track your parcel throughout the entire logistic process. When it comes to custom duties, you would hardly get charged shopping from Alibaba. Throughout my shopping experience on Alibaba, I have not been charged with a custom duty for any of my purchases. Now, this doesn't mean that you wouldn't get charged a custom duty for the parcel you order, because this depends on other factors such as the type of product you buy, where you're shopping from, and more. Once your parcel arrives, you would either receive a call or text message for pickup at the logistic company's office. And in situations where your parcel qualifies for home delivery, the delivery attempts to be made to your home address or the address you have provided during your purchase. You can track all this process using the tracking code provided to you by the seller. You can come to this section where it says View More. Click on View More, and then it's going to load the trade assurance page for the parcel. In this section where it says shipping details, this is where you get all the information regarding the delivery of your item. If you want to win the Alibaba trade assurance in situations of damaged goods, here are some tips to help you do so. When you receive an order, take a picture of the parcel showing all important information on the box, such as the address information of the sender, your address, and tracking number. This will establish that the dispute is open for the right product during the Alibaba investigation. Preferably, it would have been better if you made an unboxing video of the parcel still showing the information mentioned earlier. When recording the video, make sure to capture any damage on the parcel. This will help you win the dispute even more quicker. In situations when you have a broken parcel, what can you do to get your money back? You can do a few things when you have a broken parcel, but only if you make payments on Alibaba. If there is any damage, send a message to the seller first to see if there can be any solution, maybe if there can be any form of replacement in your next order. And if the seller isn't responsive, you can open a dispute with Alibaba. The refund can come in the form of a full or partial compensation from Alibaba, and in some situations, you may have to send the item back if you want a full refund. Alibaba will keep reviewing the dispute until an agreement is met. And finally, here are some tips to help you shop successfully on Alibaba. Find more than one seller that offers the same product so that you can compare prices and have more sellers available when one of your suppliers runs out of stock. Always ask the seller if they have a discount so you don't pay full price on product. Ask seller for a cheap shipping option so you don't spend ridiculously on shipping. If there are no options available to ship a product to Nigeria, you may also get cheaper options using these services than you would pay using the option provided to you by the seller. Establish a good communication and relationship with your supplier, as they can quickly provide you with answers to your questions and solutions to your other challenges. Always look at a seller's review, membership, time spent on the platform before you buy from them. To be on the safe side, always buy from a seller with trade assurance so that you can quickly qualify for a refund. And if you choose to buy from a seller without trade assurance, always check the store rating and review before you purchase. You can always ask a seller to provide you a picture of the product so you are not left stranded after receiving parcel. Make payments on Alibaba if you want to get your money back during a dispute so that Alibaba can investigate and reach a judgment. And finally, if you have some money to spare, you can always ask a seller for a sample of the products you want to buy before buying in bulk. This will help you confirm the quality of the product, or you can also pay an inspection company to help you check the quality and quantity of the package before shipping. You can find them by simply searching for product inspectors on Alibaba, and you're going to see tons of them that are available for you to use. What they do is, before they ship your parcel, they'll go there in China and inspect to make sure that the quality confirms to the description that you're trying to purchase from the seller. Now, once you click on any one of them, here you're going to see the reviews that they get from people who buy and everything. So it's just like still shopping on Alibaba. So you can pay them to help you make an inspection on the items. They'll provide you with product quality description and more information if it meets up to the requirements. So congratulations on watching this video until the end. as you now know how to shop from Alibaba in China to Nigeria. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do make sure to like, subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. Also, if you do have any questions about shopping on Alibaba from Nigeria, you can always ask in the comment section. Likewise, if there are better ways for making payments or shopping from Alibaba, please let us know in the comment section. I hope to have you watch my next video. I appreciate every subscriber. It's free and easy to subscribe.